I've got a very simple one to begin for our entire panel. Should ClimateGate, the emails from East Anglia University that seem to show a pattern of concealment at the least, deception at the extreme, affect policy here in the United States? Henry Pollack, your emails were involved.
I mention all of this science that was reported in Copenhagen because I was a little surprised and puzzled then when I saw the title of this panel discussion, which said, "Are Green Auto Rules the Result of Flawed Science?" Now, of course, we know the science that's being referred to is the science from the University of East Anglia and associated scientists who worked with that. This particular team assembled weather station data and oceanic temperature data into a global index each year, and others that were mentioned in the emails used tree ring data to reconstruct climate over the past 1,000 years. But I've always been puzzled ever since this revelation as to why these particular endeavors have been deemed so significant that they eclipse the much more abundant and diverse scientific evidence about climate change from thousands of climate scientists worldwide that I've just cited to you. So I'm puzzled why the sponsors of today's discussion have chosen to identify the scientific results from these few climate scientists engaged in what might be called off-the-record locker room talk in their emails as the fundamental underpinnings of environmental regulations affecting the American automobile industry.
On Pat Michaels for our next comment.
Well, I have to tell you something. If science is not flawed, it's not science. Science is an ongoing process. And ClimateGate has a short-term sort of titillating impact. It's not idle chit-chat. It's not idle chit-chat when you say, I'm going to destroy my emails about the AR4, that's the fourth United Nations Assessment Report, and I want you to do the same, and please ask him to do the same. That's not idle chit-chat at all. But in the long run, the most interesting aspect of the East Anglia emails is the absolute vitriolic attitude toward anyone who did not think as this small group thinks.
But one of the things that we try to do is all of the steps that Americans were going to take, businesses and individuals, the added costs that we were going to incur. Consumers Energy told us that they thought that just because of cap and trade, you'd see energy costs rise in Michigan by almost 40% by the year 2020. Are any of those incurred costs actually going to impact the rising temperature debate? The answer was no, it really wouldn't. No matter what we did between now and 2050, there was no real science to verify that it would reduce the temperature rise that some predicted. And that's why we do need hearings.